But before that, I was writing music on either a piece of paper or in my notes on my phone. But now that I have my own equipment, I can just record what I want to say, stop it, punch in, say something else I like. So at this point now, I'm not writing my lyrics down. I'm just recording it, and whatever I like, I keep it. And if I don't like it, I take it out.
So it's a lot easier now.
Some people can't do that.
Okay.
But I mean,
But once you learn the program,
right,
then now you've kind of streamlined it.
mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Was it expensive to buy the mobile studio? Like,
Oh man, well, honestly, I didn't pay no more than $500 maybe.
really?
Yeah, because I first got my program in 2013, and it was like what 160, and then I paid $100 for the mic. I paid like $12 for the stand. I have like a little pop filter that was like $7. So I got everything that I need.
That's cool. We were originally going to post this on YouTube and Spotify and some other places as well, but for this first season at least, I think we're just going to stick to YouTube and see how it goes, see if we get a following that way, and then maybe we'll do it from there. But I like the idea of doing it like you said, some people are just doing it so they could say they're doing it. Like with our podcast, I'm hoping that the content that we put out could be useful to people. I hope it's interesting because I watch Joe Rogan's podcast sometimes, and the people he pulls on there to be on his guests, and I'm like, they're neat people, they're fascinating people. So I was like, well, let's do that with people that I find fascinating, because surely if I think they're cool, other people might think they're cool or neat, and they want to hear their story. So maybe we can use that information to help people. I hope, anyways. All right. So speaking of helping people, before we get into one more time talking about the music, you've partnered with Jag before. You came and talked to people about career choices and different things like that. And before I keep going, if you guys don't know what JAG is, JAG's Jobs for America's Graduates. It's a great program. It helps kids with barriers, helps them overcome those barriers. It's a non-for-profit, partners with lots of high schools. We've got it in like 80-something high schools in Missouri. And Kennett has a really large JAG program. We're working it. We just started middle school this year as well. Anyway, so part of this is, these are all people who've made it and overcome different circumstances and things. And I just want, I'm going to ask each person when they come on, what is something that if you were a kid, fixing to venture out into the world, you're about to graduate, or maybe you're in high school and you're thinking about not graduating, or just whatever. We deal with kids with barriers. We deal with kids who have it a little bit better. What would you tell today's youth? What would be your biggest piece of advice to tell the kids that are out there today? What would you tell them? What would be like the secret to making it?
Man, I would say follow your heart and never settle.
Never settle.
Never settle, because I feel like most people get content and they're just satisfied. I mean, even when get comfortable with being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
So whenever you're uncomfortable, you can adjust to something better.
Right.
And that's what I would give.
So just keep pushing.
Just keep pushing.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, even if you run into an obstacle, okay, take care of it, hurdle it, keep moving.
Just keep moving. That's important. Don't give up. Like these kids today,
Yes.
Like we were saying earlier, get a setback.
Yeah.
Sometimes they quit, and you're going, don't quit. It's just you just keep going. You might be able to make it.
Yeah.
So that's super important. But all right, anyway, so here's what we got. If you were interested in checking out some of Jack Wall's music, YouTube, you've got Jack Walls, or you can look up Needle in a Haystack, Lessons from the Hood, or Rhymes from Poetry. Look forward to hearing more things from Jack Walls in the future. He's going to do great. He's out there looking for the youth of today. I really want to thank you for coming on the podcast. I hope this was everything you were hoping it to be. I know it was a great honor for me to have you on here, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.